Hi, this is John Girardi with Right to Life of Central California, bringing you another in our daily series of videos for 40 Days for Life. 40 Days for Life is an international campaign of prayer and presence outside abortion clinics throughout the country and throughout the world. If you want to learn more about our campaign, you can go to rtlcc.org or give us a call at 229-2229. Today, I want to talk a little bit about making judgments about quality of life. This is an important theme that plays throughout a whole bunch of different arguments that the pro-choice side uses as regards abortion, involves end-of-life care, all kinds of things. Basically, the argument is this, that there is a way that we as humans can look at an individual human, whether it's a child in the womb, whether it's someone suffering from a debilitating illness, and can make a value judgment about the quality of life for that person, and off of that can make decisions that involve life or death. We can say of a poor mother, a high school-aged mom in poor circumstances, destitute, that it would be better for that child to be aborted than to be born. It would be better for that child to be aborted than to have to go through the foster care system and be bounced around all over the place, to be raised by a single mother in horrible conditions. It would be better for that child simply to be euthanized than to continue living with this or that horrible condition. It would be better for Terri Schiavo to simply be deprived of food and water and allowed to starve and dehydrate to death than for her to be allowed to live with a significant brain injury. It would be better to allow this person who is suffering from some terrible illness at the end of their life. It would be better simply to let that person kill him or herself than to allow that person to live. This judgment is made time and time again by usually our ideological opponents, the ideological opponents of all that we believe in here at Right to Life of Central California. How do you basically contend with these people? I think the way to do it is to restore some sense of the dignity of humanity. We don't think individual humans are worthwhile. We think of humanity as being special. It's part of this belief we have that there is a certain fundamental equality to all human beings. Certainly, different human beings have different talents and different excellences that are in different measures distributed to different people. I'm not as smart as Judge Barrett, soon to be Justice Amy Barrett. I'm not as tall or as good at basketball as Shaquille O'Neal or Kobe Bryant were. I'm not as good a lawyer as a lot of people. I'm not as good a radio host as, Rush Limbaugh or Howard Stern, whoever you want. But nevertheless, that doesn't mean you can just kill me. And that doesn't mean that I'm less of a human or I have less dignity than any of those other people. Nor do we even think that the things that make us uniquely human, things like rational thought, things like the capacity for moral decision-making, our ability to interact with others in community, all these things are uniquely human, things that animals can't do. Not even our capacity to exercise those qualities necessarily deprives you of a right to life. And we know this because we think that one-year-olds are precious and valuable. And if someone hurts a one-year-old child, the full weight of our law enforcement and criminal prosecutorial authority is thrown at that person with just reason. If you were to hurt a child, to murder a child, that is a grievous offense. And why do we have that notion? We have that notion because it's humanity that's special. And I would even go so far as to say this, that to pick on people who are weak, to hurt people who are weak, is particularly, we call it inhumane. It is the least human thing you can do, is to harm someone who is weak, who can't defend themselves. To see someone with, for example, Down syndrome who can excel in life, who can hold down a job, who can succeed in life, looking at the successes of people with various kinds of mental disabilities who participate in things like the Special Olympics, we're always so inspired to see that. Because we have this inherent sense that humanity is what's special, even for these people who haven't really fully grasped, who maybe because of whether it's genetic defects or what have you, can't fully utilize those uniquely human capacities. We still think of those people as having tremendous value and importance and dignity. And if someone were to try to hurt them, we would view it as, in some ways, almost more grievous than someone trying to hurt, a functional adult like me. And for those reasons, to make these sorts of quality of life judgments, whether it's about an infant, a fetus in the womb, whether it's about a person late in life, to act as though we can really be these fortune tellers and say, no, this person's life going forward is not going to be valuable. To say of a child in the womb diagnosed with Down syndrome, nope, that child's life is not going to be valuable. It would be better for that child to be dead. It is the height of arrogance. It is the height of being inhumane. It is the height of rejecting the fundamental dignity that attaches to every human person, which we totally believe when it comes to people who are up and about and walking around and outside the womb and whom we can see. But for some reason, for those whom we can't see, the patient in the hospital bed, the unborn child in the womb, the child born with some grievous disability, the Terry Shivos of the world, for those people from whom we can't really hear from them, we can't really see them, those small people we don't care about. And what I'm here to say is that we should care about all of those people and protect innocent unborn life through law, through our actions, through our love, from conception to natural death. That's the theme that we have to carry through everything we do. For Right to Life of Central California, I'm John Girardi.